Hello and welcome to my game review where I play and test specific game and evaluate its positive and negative. The game is Recurrence Co-op, developed by Android developer Srios. The game was released on April 19, 2023 on Android and September 7, 2023 on iOS. It requires Android 5.1 and up. It requires iOS 11.0 or later and visionOS 1.0 or later. Note that this review is from Android and the game version is 3.8. And it was made with Unity game engine. The game is a first-person tactical shooter where you play as a SWAT officer. You will be placed under situations that SWAT officers encounter. The first thing I can say that this game has some realistic feature, like enemies can kill you within few seconds if you cannot kill them immediately. The reloading, the interaction, the command of teammate, and more. So if you are a casual player, then I think you have to spend more time playing this game. Because as I said, this game is hard because it has some realistic on-damage. If you did not notice your enemy on your back, then the game is done. You have to do it again. But first, let's explore the different modes to play. In offline mode, there are a total of 9 maps to choose from. Alley, nightclub, hospital, warehouse, cargo ship, and more. Some maps are small and some are big. You have 2 teammates you can command to follow, move, and look for specific direction. The tips is, you can command your teammate to go first to a room so that they will take the damage before you and kill enemies while conserving your bullets. One of the great feature is that you can command your teammates to some doors to breach by kicking the door or using a shotgun then clearing, or using flashbang first before they clear. This is a small details that added to the game to feel it more action. The first responders mode has only 3 maps, and you are the only person to do the mission. This is a little bit more hard because you have only 1 weapon, while in offline mode, you have 3 weapons along with 2 flashbang. But the good thing with this is you can improve yourself to do the mission alone and not relying heavily much on your teammate. Note that their ammo is also limited as yours. And the problem with that is, there is once a mission in offline mode, specifically the hideout map, where one of my teammates shoot out of nowhere or without an enemy, which he cannot shoot anymore. Where an enemy comes, then when I explore and cannot see my teammate, you know what happened? They die because of that. The graphics are really good. When you look at the screen at far, you can consider it like a realistic. I think mobile developers, especially the first-person shooter games, should adapt this kind of graphics also, because there are more powerful mobile devices developing every year. And I think there is a latest Snapdragon called Elite or 8 Ultra. But anyway, I also like the effects when shooting. For me, it is satisfying to watch because of smoke coming out of the gun barrel and the flash animation. I also like the leaning feature where you can lean to see enemies to shoot immediately. Your teammate can also respond if the door is locked, because some doors are locked, and you have to find your way into that place. But the bad thing is, I think the game is not polished, because sometimes when you command your teammates to move, their walking animation occurs a bug, like they walk their feet like 5-inch. Suburban house, where it has 1 door for entrance, but the door is locked. Like, this is kind of annoying things to consider. Although you have a tactical weapon like shotgun to open doors, it is only available on offline mode and not on first responder mode, which you have only pistol to carry. There is also a bug where you can turn on your night vision, but you cannot off it. You have 3 smoke grenades, but if you use 1, then you cannot use the remaining. Also, arresting hostages takes time, because some will not do what you say. Like hands up, so you have to be consistent to do that before they follow you. So there is a lot of bugs occurs as long as you play. So these things you have to consider. Also, there is no indication of what magazine are you using, because you have multiple magazines. When your 1 magazine is half, you can switch to full magazine, then you can also switch to half magazine again, but there is no indication on the user interface of magazines which one are you using. This is a bad experience because there are some encounters where you have to use your full ammo, but if you did not know which one are you using, then you can get killed in the middle of the fight. But I like the small detail where a hostile or enemy can interact with you. Like there is a map, I think, that is suburban house where they have hostages, where they are pointing out the gun to the head of the hostage while grabbing them. And they will talk to you to drop your gun, or else they shoot the hostage on the head. In few seconds, if you did not kill him, then he will kill the hostage. I am not sure if the feature of cannot refill your ammo. Even the enemy's gun is the same as yours is a real thing. At first I was annoyed by that, but I think this let you manage your bullets to not waste on unnecessary shooting. Also, when you are out of ammo, I like the small detail, where your character throws the current magazine and put another one. But when you have at least one ammo, then it does not throw it away. You know what he will do? He will switch it up like man. These are the things that most of the game should adapt. When it comes to multiplayer, you can switch to different servers such as Asia, Europe, NA East, NA West, Russia, South America, and Indiva. You can join a room or create a public or private room with password. But based on my experience, there are no rooms to join. And I think this is because few players is playing this game. Or I think the game is dead for multiplayers. I will added some things when it comes to user experience, such as the controls are very bad at the start of the game, where buttons are close together, and they are small in size. So it is hard to click. And one of the worst is you cannot see your movement joystick, which kind of annoying. Another is you cannot know which is your current server you are in. And yes, there is a weapon customization, but it resets when you go back to main menu, and the only weapon customization applied is the last weapon you modified, which is another kind of annoying to this game. You can also change your tactical weapons to such as breaching shotgun, mirror tool, shield, or taser. But the good thing in weapon customization is you can add sights, barrel, rail, and some weapons have grips. But the bad thing is you cannot know which current weapon you equipped. But based on my experience, the last weapon you clicked will be your weapon on the mission. You cannot also know if it loads rooms when you want to join one. Another thing is the setting is only accessible when you are in-game and not on the main menu. They should also add run feature, because there is some map that is huge, and it takes time to walk like a SWAT person. Also, if you killed an enemy, then you can report it to other teammate. But there is one voice that is not a line or the same as your character voice, which is not consistent. You can also customize your vest where you can put up to 5 magazines for you. Primary or rifles and secondary or pistol weapons. You can also put flash and smoke grenade, C2 bomb for blasting doors, and med kit to heal yourself. I lately saw this feature when I testing it, so I did not maximize it. And the default items on your vest is, I think it is 3 magazines for primary and 2 for secondary. Overall, I think the game is good but not great because, as I said before, there is a lot of bugs to consider. But I think most of it are minor, but some are game stopper, like there is only one entrance to the room, but it is locked and you cannot breach it because you have only pistol. I really like the graphics, your teammate to command, the small details like reloading, the realistic damage where you can get killed within a few seconds, reporting it to the other team like the hostile is killed, and many more. So what do you think about this game? Share it in the comments section, and I will see you in the next Android game review.
Drop your weapon.
Hands
or I
up!
will kill him.
Fuck cops! Fuck!
Hostile is ready for trailers.
Roger that. Proceed with the mission.
The hostage is dead.
Roger that. Keep moving.
Big stepper, underground methods, top-notch hoes get the most, not the lizard. Straight terror, but the guy